Big O Tires of Evanston presents Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country 99.1 FM with video online at k-9radio.com. Today's game is brought to you by these Outlaw supporting businesses and individuals. Big O Tires, the team you trust. By Castle Rock Chevrolet, Hoover Chiropractic, T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, Old West Stories and Productions, Dirty Harry's Pet Wash, Old West Design, Allstate, Casey Cookert Agency, Walmart of Evanston, Telegram to Good Health, Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston, Rocky Mountain Massage, Aspen Grove Nursery, Davis Chiropractic, and your scoreboard sponsor for today's broadcast is Uinta Physical Therapy. And now it's time for a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country, 99.1 FM with video online at k-9radio.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Outlaw pregame show here on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog. The Outlaws today taking on Durango, post 76 out of Las Vegas. We're here at the American Legion post 41 ball field, and the opening pitch is scheduled for about 15 minutes from now. In the meantime, we have our pregame show here on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog. KNYN, the Big Dog, 99.1 FM with video online at k-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means. But she does.
You guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Welcome back to the field here, the American Legion ball field here in Evanston, right next to Evanston High School on a windy afternoon. Cool, not too warm, not too hot, but about 70 degrees. And nice afternoon for some baseball. Outlaws today hosting Durango post 76. Now let's take a look quickly at the last time the Outlaws were in action. It was a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks really. They were at that night invite, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and fared well. We'll hear from Coach Judd Kishbaugh here in a few minutes, and you hear what he has to say about how the team played at that tournament. They went 3-2, finished out third place at the tournament. They beat Riverton, Wyoming. They beat Rangeley, Colorado. Lost a close one to Price, Utah. They just kind of had a poor game against Douglas, lost 12-2 in that one, but then bounced back in the third place game on Sunday afternoon, beat Rock Springs 7-1, and that was after they beating Rock Springs the previous Wednesday in a doubleheader here on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, and here at Evanston, 10-0 and 13-0 in 2 straight games. They swept Rock Springs. That was Wednesday, June 11th. So those are the last times that the Outlaws have been in action. They had a bit of a break. Some other players, other athletes were at other camps for football, I know for basketball, and even some of them will not be back for this game 1 here against Durango post 76 because they're returning from basketball camp and other activities. So we may see some of those come back and play in game 2, but we'll be a little bit short for the Outlaws here in this first game of this doubleheader against Durango. Now, as for post 76, they've been busy. Talking with Coach Tom Appleyard, and we'll hear from him here in a few minutes on our pregame show as well. They play around 75 to 80 games of American Legion baseball throughout the summer. Now, right now, their opening day of the season was May 27th, so they just got started a month ago tomorrow. They've already played 42 games. They're 20-22 overall. This week, this will be their games number, let's see, they had 2 on Sunday, 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 1 yesterday. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7. This will be games 8 and 9 of the week for Durango post 76, and they're real excited actually to play against Evanston. You'll hear Coach Appleyard in a moment talk about the fact that they come through here every year, and they're excited to be able to have this matchup and get a couple more games in rather than just come, stay the night, and then move on. So this is an exciting matchup for the Outlaws and for Durango post 76. We're about 10 minutes away from your opening pitch. We've got more of your pregame show coming up here this afternoon on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM with video live online at k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Castle Rock Chevrolet, your hometown dealer. Hoover Chiropractic. Don't just mask the symptoms, cure your allergies with Dr. Hoover. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. Old West Stories and Productions. For all of your website and graphic design needs, call the marketing experts at this radio station, 789-8116. And by Old West Design, helping sports teams and businesses dress for success. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Ryan Steineckert here with Coach Tom Appleyard, coach of the Durango Post 76 baseball team. And Coach, I appreciate your time today.
Not a problem. We enjoy being here.
You guys are on a bit of a road swing. You've played a couple teams in Idaho. Tell me a little bit more about what the schedule looks like for you guys.
Well, we're pretty busy. We're going to play around 75 to 77 games before the state tournament, so we keep them busy and do a lot of traveling.
What kids do you have that play? I mean, I assume most of the kids that play the high school team are also playing on the American Legion team?
Yeah, we're all from one high school. It's a high school program, a couple kids coming back from college, but majority of it's a high school team.
So can you tell me who you have on the team and what success you've had in the past with the kids that are going to be playing here today?
Well, we're pretty young this year. We got, as I know you guys are. So, we got a 13-year-old, a couple of 14-year-olds. So we're younger than we normally are. But, they grow up fast when they're playing the schedule that we play.
You've been coaching for a few years. You told me, 35? 35
years.
How would you compare this year's team to other teams that you've had that have been real good or other teams that you've had in the past?
I like this team a lot. They got a lot of upside. At the same time, they're young, and we make silly mistakes. But this team, I think, will eventually be a very good team. If we can get to the state playoffs, I think we'll cause some problems for some teams. It's just that we're young and we do make mistakes.
You said a lot of upside. What things do you feel like you're doing well and can look forward to doing really well?
Well, I think we're a better defensive team than we show at times. I think that's the youth part of it. At the same time, we hit the ball pretty well when we do hit it, and we got we're pretty deep off the bump. So we'll see how it goes today. We'll know more.
Are there some players that the Outlaws are going to especially be watching out for?
Well, we got a couple kids, but a couple of them are going to rest the first game. They've got some nagging injuries, and I think we played 13 games in the last 7 days. So they're little nagging on injuries, but we'll be competitive. I think the Martinez kid in center, got to watch out for him. The skipper kid that's playing first base. Those are going to be our two older kids, and the rest of them are going to be young.
Anything else you want to touch on today, Coach?
No, we enjoy being. Listen, we've stopped in here. We've gone to Rapid City for their tournament for 27 years, and we come here and we stay. And we have always said, God, we should get hold of somebody to play here. And Coach was nice enough to accommodate us, and we're going to see if we can just do this yearly because we go up to Rapid every year.
Well, great. This is exciting, I know, for Evanston fans.
Oh, well, we're excited to be here. It's a pretty ballpark. It's a beautiful town. We like I said, we've stayed here and people have been great, so we're excited about it.
Well, Coach, again, I appreciate your time today and good luck.
You got it. Thank you very much.
That was head coach Tom Appleyard of the Durango Post 76 ball team. And we're less than 10 minutes away from the opening pitch and today's action. You're watching the pregame show. Stay tuned. We'll visit with Outlaw head coach Judd Kishpaw in just a moment. You're watching a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on KNYN, the Big Dog, 99.1 FM with video online at k-9radio.com.
I'm a 75-year-old woman who had a low back surgery. After surgery, I had a lot of pain in my left leg. My doctor ordered physical therapy, and I chose Mark Brinkerhoff. He gave me exercises that I could tolerate, and now I have no pain, and I can walk as I always did. Mark seems to be very knowledgeable and experienced. I am very happy with my results.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at k-9radio.com. You into physical therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money, live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Ryan Steineckert here with Judd Kishbaugh, head coach of the Evanston Outlaws. And, Coach, how's practice gone throughout the last week or two, getting ready to get back in action against Las Vegas and then with Riverton this weekend?
Well, with the kids that have actually been there due to camps that we've had, it's been pretty good. We're working on some small ball techniques and our running and placement of where we need to be going with the ball, to drive runs in.
Last time you were out, you blew out Rock Springs, and then you had a tournament over in Green River that, for the most part, you felt pretty good about it?
We played actually solid. I mean, other than the one game, we played solid. Even against Price, it was, we were up 3-0 on them, and we just let some things go. A little coaching judgment by myself probably cost us that game. We had one error that kind of let a little bit go, but other than that was a good tournament for us.
At this point in the season, so you mentioned the camps that you've had, and some of the kids have been gone, but you really start to get into the full swing of baseball, and do you get a better focus from some of the kids at this point?
Oh, definitely. It's like the start of the year. The kids are focused. They just are still knocking off the cobwebs. As soon as school lets out and the different sports camps start over, then we lose a little focus. But really, we played well in that tournament, and then other games we've had versus Rock Springs, we did okay.
You're really going to be getting into the meat of the conference season with Riverton, and then you've got Green River and Rock Springs. And so what are your feelings about how the team's playing?
They're playing well. I think this Vegas game we're going to play here on Thursday is really going to help us out. It's kind of, it really doesn't matter, but it does kind of get the kids back into focus because they're all coming back on Thursday, so they're going to be tired. They're going to be ready to play. It might be up and down, but then I think come Saturday versus Riverton, I know it's a long trip up there, but I think they'll play solid.
Do you know anything about Las Vegas, the team you're going to be playing against?
Well, I know their coach said they were young, but they have 5 seniors, and we don't have any seniors, so we're a pretty young team. I know they're solid. They play multiple games, probably anywhere from 6 to 10 games a week. They're, upper class, which is good for us because we like to see that. We like the kids to see how those kids get ready for their games and prepare, and they might step up. Let's hope for the best.
Do you have any reference to compare the quality of ball that they play down there in Vegas versus the quality of ball that, American Legion here in Wyoming?
Sure. Our season runs from about March to July, the end of July. We'll start right back over in August after the American Legion World Series and regionals and all that get done. They start their school, but then they kick right off with baseball. So they're playing, their kids, have high school baseball, so they continue on through fall ball. They play all year long. I mean, this is a caliber team that we're gonna face that we really need to step up with. But I think, I've looked and seen what some of the Utah teams have done, and they've played some Wyoming teams. I think we're right there. I think we're on the upper end of the Division A, and I think we could give Division II a run. So I think we're a solid team.
Anything else you want to touch on today, Coach?
No. Hope to see all the fans out there.
All right, thanks. Good luck against Las Vegas.
Hey, thank you, Ryan.
Thank you to Coach Judd Kishbaugh for that interview. Now, this has been the pregame show. We're about 3 minutes away from the starting lineups and today's opening pitch. You're watching a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog, k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic, traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. The Casey Kukert Allstate Agency for all of your insurance needs, auto, home, boat, and recreational vehicles. See Casey Kukert, your Allstate agent. By Dirty Harry's Pet Wash. Clean house, clean car, clean clothes, why not a clean pet? Bath time can be magical. Make a splash today. Veterans are free at Dirty Harry's Pet Wash in the Monkey Shines Mall. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to the ball game. The Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws Baseball here on the Big Dog 99.1 FM at k-9radio.com. You can watch live as the Outlaws here today take on the Durango Post 76. Now, if there's any confusion, originally on the schedule, there was just a little bit of a miscommunication between coaches. Coach Kishpaw thought it was the Las Vegas Diablos, but it's Durango Post 76 is the team. They play in the AAA classification in Las Vegas in American Legion ball, and so this is a very good quality team. As you heard Coach Appleyard mention, they play 70 to 75 games prior to district and state tournaments. Is a team that's had a lot of success throughout the years, and they've got some players that can really hit the ball. We'll see how things turn out. Now, let's give you some starting lineups real quick, and Evanston Outlaws will be the home team, of course, here today, and so we'll give you the visiting team lineup first, and they'll be up to bat. Leading off will be number 3, left fielder Artie Gallegos. Batting second, number 9, right or left. Sorry, what is it? We're just dealing with a little bit of technical difficulties here. Not sure what happened. Did the camera get turned off or something? Online, we're going to try to fix this. In the meantime, Braden McDonald on the mound for the Evanston Outlaws, and we are underway. Artie Gallegos steps up to the left side of the plate, and he takes ball 1 outside and up high from McDonald. McDonald will wind back up, and the pitch drops in there inside corner for strike 1. So a ball and a strike for Gallegos. Again, he's the leadoff hitter, left fielder. Takes ball 2 up high and away. McDonald steps back out, or back up onto the rubber, and looks to wind up. Now it does. Gallego lines it into right field, but foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes is your count on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. First hitter of the ball game here. And McDonald will wind up. Here's the 2-2 pitch, way up high, ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count now. McDonald winds up. Gallegos waits on the changeup and lines it again, foul down the first base line. Again, if you're trying to watch online at k-9radio.com, we apologize. Our camera just shut off on us. We'll try to get this figured out. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere. If you're listening on K99.1 FM, the Big Dog, ball 4 comes in high for Gallegos, and he'll take his base. So a leadoff walk puts Artie Gallegos on first. with no outs. Brings third baseman, number 9, Richard Mascarenas, to the plate. On deck, number 3 hitter is center fielder, number 10, Scott Martinez. Batting fourth will be Jake Skipper, number 44, first baseman, and then a designated hitter, Brandon Robinson, number 19, will bat fifth for the Durango. Here's the pitch. It comes in a bit high and inside, and Gallegos, headed for second, steals. Tucker Leland comes over to get the throw from Will Kishpaw, who's Kishpaw behind the plate. The throw was high and toward the first base side of the bag, and Gallegos slides in easily without any problems. So the runner steals second base, and we have a runner in scoring position with no outs. Mascarenas, a right-handed hitter. He steps in. His second pitch, the first one, remember, was high and inside, ball 1. The second one, down low and away. Or down low and in the dirt, I should say. Bounced out in front of the plate for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Good-looking pitch there from McDonald. Got Mascarenas to swing way out in front of it. And we have 2 balls, 1 strike. McDonald looks back at the runner. Gallegos takes his lead. And here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled down the right field line again over the first base dugout and foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count now even for Mascarenas. Here's the pitch, and Mascarenas fouls, dribbles, or bounces this one high down the third base line and foul. We're having some technical difficulties with our camera here. It was working moments ago. I'm not sure what happened. It just shut off. We'll try to continue to get this worked out. McDonald winds up. The pitch just misses outside. Down low, it was really quite low, and Mascarenas almost chased it, but instead he lets it go for ball 3, and now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second with no outs. That's Artie Gallegos. He reached with a walk. Here's the 3-2 again. Grounded down the third base line. Foul. He was way out in front of that one. And so the count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. McDonald winds up. Here's the pitch. He gets him to chase one slowly. McDonald will throw to third and get Gallegos in a pickle, trying to get that lead runner. So Mascarenas is safe at first. He's headed for second now as they keep Gallegos in a pickle. Now he's going to be caught. They're going to get one of them because there are 2 players, 2 base runners on second base. Mascarenas kind of forced Gallegos into some trouble there, and he had no choice but to try and slide in back where Mascarenas was at second base. So on the fielder's choice, Mascarenas over to second, and Gallegos is tagged out. And now up to the plate, Scott Martinez, center fielder, number 10. Is that? Why is that camera not working? We're still trying to figure out this camera situation. If you're watching online at k-9radio.com, we'll try to get this figured out. McDonald winds up. Line drive sharply hit into right center field. Right center field. That's going to score Mascarenas. Martinez easily in with a stand-up double. It's an RBI double. And a 1-0 lead for Durango post 76. Richard Mascarenas scores from second base. Scott Martinez now on second base. And stepping to the plate, first pitch, line drive deep into left field. One hop barely to the fence. Jake Skipper hits one deep, and that's going to score Martinez from second. Skipper stops at second base with an RBI double. So 2 RBI doubles in a row, and Durango leads 2-0 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. Again, if you're trying to watch online at k-9radio.com, we're trying to get some technical difficulties worked out with the camera. But, of course, you can listen at 99.1 FM, KNYN, the big dog in country. McDonald winds up. Here's the pitch, as at the plate now is the designated hitter. Takes strike one. That's Brandon Robinson, number 19. Colton Malich will be pitching, and he'll be the player not batting. Of course, that Brandon Robinson is the designated hitter for. Second pitch to Robinson is in there. He fouls it up and high over the backstop. So now no balls, 2 strikes for Robinson. McDonald looks back at second. The runner takes his lead. Here's the pitch way inside. That hits Robinson. McDonald was, Skipper rather, who was on second, started to head for third, but he's going to have to go back as we have a hit by pitch. And that'll put runners on first and second with 1 out, top of the first inning, 2-0 lead on the Winter Physical Therapy scoreboard. Strike one to the right-handed hitter Colin Morocco, second baseman, number 17. McDonald with runners on first and second. Again, 1 down. Faces in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Grounder toward the second base side. DeRue, not time. He went up and scooped it up. Did not have time to get the runner at second, so he throws to first, and they get that batter, or they get Colin Morocco out at first. Runners advance, so Jake Skipper's now on third. Brandon Robinson is on second, and that brings Duke Paukoa to the plate, number 38, shortstop, and he hits right. Paukoa steps in and waits. He waits on down in the left side of the infield. That's going to go through, and it's a base hit for Will Kishpa. The single. Between second and third moves Robbie Nowicki over to second. Kishpa on first. And the Outlaws now with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the first inning, trailing 4-0. On the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. On third, Brandon Robinson is on second, and that brings Duke
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means. But he does.
You guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage. Chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Castle Rock Chevrolet, your hometown dealer. Hoover Chiropractic. Don't just mask the symptoms, cure your allergies with Dr. Hoover. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Leading off here in the top of the second inning is Artie Gallegos back to the top of the lineup, and he rips the first pitch from McDonald into left center field, a double. And it was almost to the point where he maybe, and I'm sure he thought about trying to push it to a triple, but just kind of played it safe and stayed at second. Now the second pitch of the inning, Richard Mascarenas flies one high into center field. Robbie Nowicki goes over and makes the catch, and we have one down. That one got up there high and enabled the Outlaws. Nowicki made the catch. Wyatt Waite from left field probably could have gotten over there and made the catch as well. So Mascarenas flies out to center. We have one down. Scott Martinez to the plate. An RBI double in his first at-bat in the first inning. And he steps back in. He hits right. You see that if you're watching at k-9radio.com. McDonald winds up and misses a bit high with the first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes against Martinez. That's just the third pitch of the inning for McDonald. We've already had both for the first two hitters swung on the first pitch. McDonald's second pitch, the 1-0 to Martinez, down low in the dirt for ball 2. So Artie Gallegos, the leadoff hitter, is on second. He doubled to start this inning off. Now Martinez takes strike one on the inside corner. Good-looking pitch there from McDonald, just finding that inside edge of the plate. Martinez, the center fielder, steps back in. Again, an RBI double in his first at-bat in the first inning, and now he lines one into left field. That is maybe going to score. We might have a play. Gallegos headed for home, and he's going to make it easily. Outlaws did not get it in quick enough. And Scott Martinez, an RBI single this time. So he's got an RBI single and an RBI double. Artie Gallegos scores from second. And it's 5-1 on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard. The Outlaws trail. And now Tucker Leland will have a quick word with Braden McDonald, his pitcher, and then step back out to shortstop. Jake Skipper to the plate. He also had an RBI double in the first. The first pitch to Skipper down low in the dirt. Martinez heading for second all the way, and he's in standing up after the ball skipped down low in the plate, or down low in the dirt. Kishpaw just had to knock it down to keep it in front of him, and there was no chance for him to make a throw down to second. McDonald winds up. Skipper pops one up high right here near the first base dugout. McDonald comes over, scoops, can't quite make the catch. Frustrated with himself, he slams into the fence here. He knows he had a chance at that, and I think he made a great effort. Just couldn't quite get to it. So Jake Skipper with the ball and a strike now after that foul ball. McDonald looks in, and here's the pitch. Martinez heading for third. Kishpaw throws down there, but it's up off the bag toward the second base side, and Martinez slides in safe. So stolen base to get to second, stolen base to get over to third. And we have, I believe, a ball and 2 strikes. Here's a line drive into left field, just through the glove of Austin Herford. He didn't quite catch it. Skipper really hit it well. And that scores Scott Martinez. Skipper with the RBI single. And boy, Herford, some quick reflexes, but that ball was really a shot down that third base line. It was right about eye level, but just got past Herford before he could get the glove up there. That'll bring Brandon Robinson to the plate, number 19 designated hitter, and he was hit by a pitch in the first inning, came around to score. Skipper, the pretty good lead over there at first. McDonald, the move over there and gets him back closer to the bag. McDonald winds up. Here's the pitch, and it drops in there. Good-looking pitch from McDonald on that inside corner to Robinson. No balls, 1 strike. 6-0 is your score on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, or 6-1 rather. Outlaws trail. Durango Post 76 out of Las Vegas. And now Robinson again hit by the pitch. Takes it right on the thigh. And so for the second time, he's been up twice. He's been hit by a pitch twice. Moves Jake Skipper over to second base. And now Will Kishpaw will go out and have a quick word with Braden McDonald, his pitcher. Hunter DeRue comes over from second as well. They're just going to try and calm him down and say, hey, we got your back. Keep throwing strikes. The conference breaks up. Outlaws trailing 6-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Keep in mind this Durango Post 76 team, as we heard from Coach Tom Appleyard in the pregame, they play 70 to 75 games during the season and then move on to district and state tournaments. Here's the first pitch for Colin Morocco, and he swings at it. It was a pitch that McDonald really fooled Morocco with. It bounced out in front of the plate, that breaking ball did, and Morocco chased it. Grounded out to first his last time, or to second his last time at bat. Now swings and misses, and again he chased that one a bit outside. And McDonald up 0-2 in the count. No balls, 2 strikes with runners on first and second, 1 down in the top of the second inning. McDonald glances at the runners and now delivers the pitch. It's a grounder towards second, or towards short. It's a slow grounder, and by the time Leland picks it up, he has to hurry the throw. The throw is off target, and Morocco is safe at first. I'm not sure whether to score that as an error on the throw by Leland. I think even if the throw had been on target, the ground ball was so slow that Morocco would have been safe at first. I'm going to give him a base hit. That'll bring Paukoa to the plate. The pitch is down in the dirt. It gets past Kishpaw, and that will score Jake Skipper from third, making it 7-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Brandon Robinson moves over to second. Robinson over to third. Morocco over to second base. And shortstop, Duke Paukoa with a ball and no strikes. Here's the 0-1. Or is that first one was a strike, I guess, huh? So here's the 0-1, and that was strike 2. So now, no balls, 2 strikes for Paukoa, who hit an RBI double in the first, his other at-bat. Paukoa steps back in. He hits right, waits. Here's a little dribbler off the end of the bat. Mitchell scoops it up, throws to first. McDonald gets his foot on the bag, and they get the out. So Paukoa grounds out to first. Now on that, we had just 1 out, so Brandon Robinson scored from third. Colin Morocco moves over to third from second. And we have 2 outs. An 8-1 lead for Durango Post 76. Runner on third base. And to the plate comes James Flood, the catcher, He chases one that bounced a good 1.5 feet, 2 feet out in front of the plate. McDonald really fooled him on that one. And he's down 0-1 in the count. Flood hits right. He was hit by a pitch in the first. Now swings at one. High fly ball into right field. Going back is Seth Lloyd. He reaches out and makes the grab. The snow cone catch in the glove. Seth Lloyd, boy, he got on his horse and moved back toward his left and back toward the fence, and Seth Lloyd makes the grab. Great catch out there by Lloyd. And the Outlaws get out of the inning with that, out of the top of the second. 4 runs, though, and 4 base hits in that top of the second inning. Another pass ball for the Outlaws. No errors, though, and 1 runner left on base. It's 8-1 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. Outlaws will have Griffin Mitchell, Wyatt Waite, and Seth Lloyd due up hitters number 7, 8, 9 when we come back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, and you can watch live online at k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at k-9radio.com. Uinta Physical Therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money, live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Welcome back to the Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws Baseball here on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM. You can watch live online at k-9radio.com. Outlaws trailing 8-1. Against Durango Post 76. Now the Outlaws in American Legion Baseball play in Division A. Durango Post 76 plays in Triple A down in Las Vegas. Griffin Mitchell chases one up high. That was a hard thrown fastball by Colton Malich. Mitchell chased it high and he was behind it. So he's down 0-1 in the count. Malich fires one right down the middle, and again Mitchell can't catch up to it. No balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell leading off here in the bottom of the second inning. The Outlaws trail 8-1 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. Malich awaits. Mitchell steps back in. Of course, Griffin Mitchell hits left. Malich throws left. Here's the 0-2. Down low and just misses. And now the catcher, James Flood, will go out and have a quick word with his pitcher. Flood back behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Griffin Mitchell. Trying to get something started here, leading off the bottom of the second with no outs. Mitchell swing and a miss, strike 3, and Malich picks up his second strikeout of the ball game. Bringing Wyatt Waite to the plate, left fielder number 50. Waite hits right. On deck is number 22, right fielder Seth Lloyd, who made a great catch out in right field just a couple minutes ago. Waite steps in, and the pitch skips off the plate. Waite, good eye, just let that one go by. Malich taking his time, now gets back on the rubber. Waite steps back in. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Waite a little bit hesitant to really take a good cut at that one, and swung behind it. So a ball and a strike with 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Waite reaches out and misses that one. She kind of chased that one high and outside, and now he's down 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. 8-1, the Outlaws trail Durango Post 76. Here in this bottom of the second inning on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. Now Waite grounds one back to the pitcher. Malich reaches out, makes a great stab, and catches the ball off the hop. Throws to first, 2 down. So Waite puts it in play, but just can't quite get it past Malich there on the mound, and that brings Seth Lloyd, number 9 hitter for the Outlaws, to the plate. Lloyd will step in on the left side. and see what he can do here. He steps in. Again, this is lefty against lefty as Malich throws left. Here's the pitch, and Lloyd swings and misses on a high fastball. The Outlaws having a hard time, these last couple hitters, hanging off those or staying away from those high fastballs. Malich swing, another high fastball, and Lloyd swing and misses. Lloyd will step back in. Malich, not wasting any time, winds up, and high fastball again, but this time Lloyd fouls it off. That's ball one if he lets it go, I think, but he swings and fouls it off, and the count remains no balls, 2 strikes on Lloyd. Outlaws. Seth Lloyd steps in, takes strike 3. Let that one go by, and Malich strikes out 2 of the 3 batters he faced in the bottom of the second inning. Evanston unable to get anything going, so no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. It's 8-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Some dark clouds out to that to the east. We'll see which way those clouds are moving. They're moving north, aren't they? North and east. That's the south. That's east, my friend. We'll figure this all out. Hey, stay tuned. We'll be back with the top of the 3rd inning when we come back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM. And you can watch live online at k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. Old West Stories and Productions. For all of your website and graphic design needs, call the marketing experts at this radio station, 789-8116. And by Old West Design, helping sports teams and businesses dress for success. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
And now, Kay Rossiter talks about her physical therapy experience working with Mark Brinkerhoff at Uinta Physical Therapy.
I had both of my knees replaced at the same time a little bit over a year ago, and Mark was my therapist, and he put me through some really strange things, but it must have worked because I was back at work in less than 3 weeks, and when I went for my 6-month checkup to my surgeon, I was at a point where I should have been at a year. I would recommend Mark Brinkerhoff and Uinta Physical Therapy to anyone.
Welcome back to the live action. A ground ball toward the right side of the infield. Hunter Drew goes over towards second base, makes the throw to first, but just not quite in time. As the leadoff hitter, number 9 hitter actually, Austin Johannes, right fielder, leads off with an infield single in the top of the 3rd inning rather, for Durango post 76. McDonald throws over to first, and Johannes back in safe. Brings us to the top of the order, and Artie Gallegos doubled to lead off the 2nd inning and scored in that inning as well. He hits left. McDonald pitches and finds that low end of the strike zone for strike 1 against Gallegos. No balls, 1 strike. Top of the 3rd inning, and again, no outs here early on in this 3rd inning. McDonald, the move over to first again. Boy, that throw is right on target where you want to make that tag, but just not quite in time. Johannes not a real big lead over there. He inches out a little further this time. McDonald looking in. Here's the 0-2 to Gallegos. So he waits on it and then pops it up high. Leland will come over and make the catch. Pretty routine pop-up for Tucker Leland, the shortstop of the Evanston Outlaws. And we have one down. Runner on first. Richard Mascarenas to the plate. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Flew out to center field in the 2nd, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored in the 1st. He steps in. He's a right-handed hitter. McDonald glances, now throws to first, trying to catch Johannes again off the bag. Griffin Mitchell's throw back to McDonald on the mound is off target, and it goes over his head. Hereford chases it down, clear over by the third base dugout. By the time he gets there, Johannes is rounding second, thought about taking third, but stays at second. So now a runner on second after the error. And again at the plate, I don't think we've had any pitches yet against Richard Mascarenas. He'll take strike one. Good-looking pitch there from McDonald. Just kind of drops in there for strike one. So no balls, one strike. One out, top of the third. Outlaws trail 8-1 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard against Durango Post 76, a AAA team out of Las Vegas. Mascarenas grounds this one. Sharply hit down the third base side and out of play, or out of fair territory, so in foul territory. So now the count, no balls, 2 strikes against Mascarenas. We'll see if McDonald can get an easy out here, maybe a strikeout. Runner on second with 1 down. The pitch, ground ball toward the third base side. Hereford comes up and charges to make the play on the high hop, but his throw is off target. Griffin Mitchell makes the catch, reaches back and tags the runner. Great play by Mitchell on that off-target throw, and the Outlaws get the out there. On the grounder to third. Hereford made a nice play initially, but the throw was off target and handed to Griffin Mitchell for a heads-up play, coming off the bag, making the catch, reaching back behind him and tagging the runner before he got to first. Brings Scott Martinez to the plate. He's 2 for 2. RBI double and an RBI single, and he takes ball 1 high and inside from McDonald. Martinez has 2 stolen bases, and he's scored twice. He's the number 3 hitter for Post 76. He steps in. He hits right and waits on the pitch. It's down in the dirt. Kishpaw knocks it down and goes out to get it. Throws to third as Johannes slides in safe. The throw was down low, and Johannes is now on third base. He reached on a single to lead this inning off. It was an infield single. Just a real slow dribbler that got past McDonald, but Drew couldn't get over there and make the throw quite in time. As I mentioned, it was a real slow ground ball. Here's the 2 balls, no strike, the pitch for Scott Martinez in there on the inside corner, strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now, 2 outs in the top of the third inning. Again, the Outlaws trail 8-1. Try to get out of this inning without allowing any runs. Martinez waits, and now a long fly ball line drive into left field and hits the fence down low without hitting the ground first. He rounds first, and he's going to stop at second base with a stand-up double. Martinez really got a hold of that one. If he got a little more air underneath it, that might have sailed right over the fence. It's an RBI double. He's got 2 of those already in this game as Johannes scores. And I tell you, this Martinez, he can really hit. They've got a couple here, Martinez and Skipper, who hit the ball, see the ball extremely well. Skipper is to the plate now, and the Outlaws look like they may just give him the intentional walk. The pitch out on his first pitch. Jake Skipper, an RBI double and an RBI single, and now again the pitch out. So 2 balls, no strikes. They're going to try to get to Brandon Robinson, who's the designated hitter. His on-base percentage so far is 100, or 1,000, I should say, and he's scored twice. He was hit by a pitch in the first and in the second, scored both of those times. There's ball 4 to Jake Skipper. McDonald has now walked 4 in the ball game. He walked 3 in the first inning, had no walks, or just 1 walk in the second inning, so make it 5 in this ball game. Runners on first and second, and Brandon Robinson, designated hitter number 19. He hits right, steps up to the plate. McDonald looks in. His first pitch, wow, just catches that lower end of the strike zone as it drops in there. It bounced right behind the plate. Kishpaw scooped it up. Had a nice dig. And here's the 0-1. Again, way outside in the dirt. Kishpaw gets out there. Good job behind the plate to keep that one in front of him. He's well aware that the runners on first and second, even with 2 outs, is a dangerous team who leads 9-1 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. And Kishpaw doing everything he can to keep them where they are. Now Brandon Robinson flies one high into center field. Nowicki moves a few steps to his left, settles under it, and makes the catch, and the Outlaws get out of the inning, this time allowing just 1 run. Durango post 76 did get 2 hits in that inning and no pass balls. They did have 1 error and 2 runners left on base. Heading for the bottom of the 3rd, the Outlaws need to make up some ground here. They trail 9-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 3rd right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, KNYN 99.1 FM. You can watch live online at k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic, traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Outlaws trailing 9-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, but back to the top of the lineup with Braden McDonald, Robbie Nowicki, and Tucker Leland. The first 3 due up. Some clouds, some dark clouds out there to the southeast. And Tim Benson, my cameraman, thinks, well, we're not going to get into that. We had a discussion about what direction we're looking down that third base line. Anyway, we did see some lightning out there to the southeast there. Malich still on the mound, and McDonald swings and misses. He kind of reached out, chased one outside a little bit, and Coach Kishpa will come about halfway between third and home in coaching McDonald to make sure to send the message home, hey, let's stay off those high fastballs that are up high and away. McDonald takes ball 1 down low and away, and the count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outlaws trail 9-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Colton Malich has done a nice job, allowed just a couple of hits, 1 run against the Outlaws. McDonald flies one high down the first base line. This one's going to go foul, and now to play over the first base dugout. And McDonald now down 1 ball, 2 strikes in the count. McDonald struck out in the first to lead off. He was able to foul a pitch or 2 off and saw 5 or 6 pitches against Malich before he struck out. We'll see what he can do here as he's down 1-2 in the count. Malich looking in, now winds up. Here's the 1-2 down in the dirt. Ball 2 rather. Count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. McDonald kind of picked up his back foot as that ball went by and looked like the ball skipped right where his foot was. Here's the 2-2. He reaches out, fouls it off. We've seen the umpire call a few pitches for strikes that have looked like they've been outside, a little off the plate. So McDonald, good awareness there. It's been pretty consistent from this umpire, so McDonald some good awareness to just reach out, poke that one foul, and keep himself alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Malich looking in, now winds up. Here's the 2-2. McDonald lines it right back up the middle for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting there by Braden McDonald. And he's on with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Just what the Outlaws needed to try and rally their way back into this one a little bit. We'll see what they can get going here. Robbie Nowicki now comes to the plate. Nowicki reached on an error in the first. He hit the ground ball well right at the shortstop, Duke Paukoa, and it just kind of took a funny bounce and rolled right up Paukoa, and Nowicki was able to get on base and score the only run of the game so far for the Outlaws. He takes ball 1 down in the dirt. So a ball, no strikes against Nowicki, who steps back in and waits. Short lead over there on first for McDonald. And despite the short lead, Malich just about picks him off. He's got a good pickoff move that we saw just now, and it fooled McDonald. He almost got caught. It almost looked like McDonald was starting to inch out towards second when Malich made the throw to first, and McDonald just got back in. Here's the pitch. Nowicki, big cut, but misses. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outlaws trailing 9-1. Bottom of the third inning on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Malich, again, the move to first. This time McDonald ready for it. And some more lightning out there to the southeast. Just over the hill. Braden McDonald at first, inches out. And here's the 1-1 for Nowicki. McDonald headed for second. The throw is right on target, and McDonald does not slide. He's tagged out, and if he slides, he might get under that tag. But he doesn't slide, and so that puts us at 1 out. Now the pitch was also strike 2 against Nowicki, so a ball and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch from Malich. Nowicki fouls it off over the third base dugout. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Not sure what McDonald was thinking there, not sliding. Outlaws got that leadoff base hit, but now with 1 down with the bases clear, bases empty. Top of the bottom of the third, rather. And Malich winds up. Here's the 1-2. Nowicki pops one high in shallow infield. Malich will go over, and he's called off by his first baseman, Jake Skipper, who reaches out and makes the catch at the last second. And we have 2 down. That'll bring Tucker Leland to the plate. Leland, the shortstop in today's ball game. We'll see a change in the lineup, I believe, for Game 2. We'll have a few players, Miles Piper, Ian Fisher, Alex Richens, and maybe a couple others who were at a basketball camp throughout this week and returning back to Evanston today. Leland takes ball 1 up high and outside. That's a pitch the Outlaws have had a little trouble laying off of today, that high fastball from Malich. Malich winds up. Here's the 1-0, high and inside. Ooh, catches that inside corner for strike 1. Leland leaned back to avoid getting hit by that pitch, but it caught the corner. Here's the 1-1, way outside, down low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning, and the Outlaws trail 9-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard here in Evanston against Durango Post 76. Here's the 2-1, strike 2 as Leland swings and misses. Good healthy cut there, but couldn't get a piece of the ball. And Leland now down, or even in the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Nobody on for the Outlaws. Malich winds up, and here's the 2-2. Inside, wow. Must have had some great movement on it. The catcher had to reach down to his left and caught the ball in the dirt. And it's called strike 3 against Tucker Leland as the Outlaws basically go down 1-2-3. Now, Braden McDonald reached with a single to lead off, but then he was caught trying to steal second. And then Robbie Nowicki pops out, Tucker Leland strikes out, and the Outlaws in that inning with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. Top of the 4th coming up right after this when we come back on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog 99.1 FM with video live online at k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. The Casey Kukert Allstate Agency for all of your insurance needs, auto, home, boat, and recreational vehicles. See Casey Kukert, your Allstate agent. By Dirty Harry's Pet Wash. Clean house, clean car, clean clothes, why not a clean pet? Bath time can be magical. Make a splash today. Veterans are free at Dirty Harry's Pet Wash in the Monkey Shines Mall. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage. Chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Well, the Evanston Outlaws trail 9-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, top of the fourth inning, and Braden McDonald still on the mound for Evanston. Leading off is Colin Morocco, number 17, second baseman. He'll take strike one. Good-looking pitch from McDonald. It looked like it was coming in high and then drops down in on that outside corner. Morocco a single in the second, grounded out to second in the first. Now he pops one high into shallow right field. Mitchell goes back and reaches out to, he did make the catch. Boy, he really had to adjust. That's a tough spot. He went a long ways to make that catch. Nice play by Griffin Mitchell, the first baseman for the Evanston Outlaws, and we have one down. That hit was right there, kind of in no man's land, where it's tough. It's too far of a run for the right fielder and the second baseman. But Mitchell made the play. Now a line drive into deep center field. Nowicki going back, and he'll make the catch. Duke Paukoa hit it very well, and he had a two-run double in the first, but this time flies out to center. Nice job by Nowicki to get out there. I didn't know if he was going to quite make it, but then he reached up high and made the catch at the last minute. Brings catcher James Floyd to the plate, or James Flood, rather. Flood comes into this game hitting .229. He's 0 for 1 so far, hit by a pitch in the first and flew out to right field in the second, takes strike one. Good looking pitch again there from McDonald. Outlaws with 2 outs here, top of the fourth inning. McDonald winds up, fires one in there, and Flood gets a piece of it, but he's way behind it, fouls it off back up over this, right up over the top of us on this first base side and behind the backstop. So no balls, 2 strikes. McDonald looking in, Flood awaits, and here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kishpaw lets it get away from him, but he chases it down, throws down to first. The strikeout for McDonald is his first of the ball game, and the Outlaws get Durango post 76 to go down 1-2-3. A pop out to first, a fly out to center field, and a strikeout, and no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Good top of the fourth inning for the Outlaws. Brings us to the bottom of the fourth, when the Outlaws will have Kishpaw, Herford, and Hunter DeRue due up right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, KNYN, and at k-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means, but he does.
You guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Very good top of the fourth inning for the Outlaws against batters number 6, 7, and 8. The Durango post 76. A pop out to first base on a great catch by Griffin Mitchell, the first baseman, and then fly out to center field. Another good catch by Robbie Nowicki out there in center, and then James Flood struck out by Braden McDonald. So Durango post 76 goes down 1-2-3 in the top of the fourth, and now the Outlaws will really look to try and get something going here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Batters 4, 5, and 6 for Evanston: Will Kishpaw, Austin Herford, and Hunter DeRue, with Griffin Mitchell would be the fourth hitter in this inning. He's batter number 7 for the Outlaws if we get there. Kishpaw singled in the first, one of just 3 base hits for the Outlaws so far in this ball game. It was a key single because it kept the inning alive, and the next batter, Austin Herford, an RBI single to score Robbie Nowicki, the lone run of the ball game for Evanston. Kishpaw takes strike one on that outside corner. And again, we've seen it pretty consistent from our angle here up in the press box. It looks way outside, but the umpire likes that outside corner. Kishpaw steps back in, this time a bit closer to the bag. Lines one into left field. Great hit by Will Kishpaw on a single to get on to first. Lead off the bottom of the fourth, with a single. Brings Austin Herford to the plate. Herford, again, an RBI single in the first. Hunter DeRue is on deck. Herford looking down to Coach Kishpaw. We'll see what kind of sign he gets. 9-1 is your score on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. The Outlaws trail Durango, AAA team, Durango Post 76 out of Las Vegas. Malich looks to first, now winds up. Here's the pitch. Herford, a sharply hit ground ball to second base. It's knocked down. Kishpaw safe at second. Herford safe at first. He hit that very well. Colin Morocco made a nice play even to keep that in front of him. He knocked it down. By the time he found it, scooped it up and threw to first, it was too late. So Will Kishpaw safe at second. Austin Herford safe at first. And the Outlaws with runners on first and second, no outs, and Hunter DeRue at the plate. DeRue grounded out to short in the first inning, his only other at bat in this ball game. He'll step in. And wait, he's a right-handed hitter. And again, in Malich, if you're just joining us, throws left. Outlaws trail 9-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, getting something going here with runners on first and second, no outs. Malich throws in the dirt. Nice dig by James Flood, the catcher. He got down low and made sure that ball didn't get past him. Malich leans in, and we signed the first inning. When the Outlaws got runners on base, it kind of rattled Malich a little bit. Infield playing in tight, at least at first base. Skipper's right on the fringe. Third base in tight on the corner as well. Here's the pitch for DeRue. Lays down the bunt, but down the first base line, right over toward Griffin Mitchell in the on-deck circle. Outlaws trying to advance runners with the bunt, but that one's foul. 1 ball, 1 strike against Hunter DeRue. Looks back down to Coach Kishpaw there, coaching at third base. If you're watching online at k-9radio.com, he's just off the screen underneath the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard on the top left of your screen. Malich looks at the runners, now winds up. Here's the 1-1 for DeRue. Again, squares around to bunt. Bunted right back at Malich. Malich hesitates, now throws to first, and DeRue does his job. He moves the runners over. Will Kishpaw over to third, Austin Herford over to second. Nice bunt by Hunter DeRue to advance the runners. That'll bring Griffin Mitchell to the plate. Griffin struck out in the second. Looking for a base hit here with runners on second and third, and the Outlaws trailing 9-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Mitchell awaits. He hits left, so it's lefty versus lefty here, and it's ball 1 down in the dirt from Malich. Malich walks about halfway to home after he delivered that pitch, and now back up around the mound. Now steps back onto the rubber and prepares to deliver. Here's the 1-0 for Griffin Mitchell. Strike 1, outside corner. And it's a 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck, Wyatt Waite for the Outlaws. Left fielder. Runners on second and third for Evanston. Malich, again, takes his time walking around the mound and then back up onto the rubber. Mitchell waits, stepping back in to the batter's box. Malich stands up tall, now winds up. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 for Mitchell. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. As Griffin Mitchell looks down to third to get get the signal, get the sign from Coach Kishpaw. Steps back in. Runners on second and third with just 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Griffin Mitchell awaits. Malich winds up, and here's the 1-2. Down outside in the dirt. Ball 2. James Flood, the catcher for Post 76. He had a handful of the dirt there after he caught that ball in his catcher's mitt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking for something here from Mitchell. Runners on second and third. Here's the 2-2. Down low in the dirt. Ball 3 from Malich. And he shows a little frustration with himself that he missed with that pitch. He's so far in this ball game, 4 strikeouts. He has not walked an outlaw today. At least that I can remember. I don't have him for any walks in this one. He struck out 4. Now a word with his catcher, James Flood. Hey, don't miss this Saturday. We're going to be live at a live broadcast from Pugstone Sporting from 11 to 1 this Saturday up in Garden City. That's at the 3-way stop at Bear Lake. Here's the 3-2 for Griffin Mitchell. Up high, ball 4, and Griffin Mitchell earns the walk. Good at bat for Mitchell. And now we have bases loaded for Wyatt Waite. As I mentioned, that for Malich, he had not walked an outlaw. Now he walks his first. Again, runners, the infield playing tight on the corners. Skipper in on the fringe at first, and Mascarenas in tight at third. Waite grounds one, a high chopper toward third base. Mascarenas goes high to catch it, throws home. They get Kishpaw at the plate. So no run score. Good heads-up play there by Mascarenas on the fielder's choice. He just got through that one. If that one goes just another foot or 2 higher, Mascarenas doesn't get to it. So Waite on first after the fielder's choice. Austin Herford over to third. Griffin Mitchell to second. And Seth Lloyd to the plate. With 2 down in the bottom of the 4th, Outlaws trailing 9-1, bases loaded. Now the infield, back where you'd expect him, playing a little deeper, especially there at the corners. Lloyd takes ball 1. Oh, wow, he called that a strike. Up about chin level on Seth Lloyd is what it looked like from here. So Lloyd down 0-1 in the count. He steps back in and waits. Again, Lloyd hits left and waits the 0-1 pitch. Swings and fouls it back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes on Seth Lloyd. Struck out in the second inning, his only other at bat. Outlaws with the top of the lineup coming up. Braden McDonald, leadoff hitter. If Lloyd can do something here, bases loaded with 2 outs. Big opportunity for the Outlaws. We'll see if they can take advantage with runners on every bag. Malich leaning in. Now stands up tall. And here's the 0-2. Oh, and Lloyd chases one way up high. Malich strikes him out, second time of the ball game. Malich with 5 strikeouts in this one, and the Outlaws get the bases loaded but can't come up with anything more. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error in that inning, and 3 runners left on base. That's now 5 runners left on for the Outlaws, who trailed 9-1 on the Win a Physical Therapy scoreboard. Top of the 5th coming up right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, KNYN, and you can watch live online at k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Castle Rock Chevrolet, your hometown dealer. Hoover Chiropractic. Don't just mask the symptoms, cure your allergies with Dr. Hoover. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. Old West Stories and Productions. For all of your website and graphic design needs, call the marketing experts at this radio station, 789-8116. And by Old West Design, helping sports teams and businesses dress for success. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Outlaws got the bases loaded in that bottom of the 4th inning, but couldn't bring anybody across the plate. And so they still trail 9-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Austin Johannes, number 11, the right fielder, to lead off for Durango Post 76. He had a single and scored in the third and grounded out to first in the first inning. He's a left-handed hitter, steps in and waits, fouls one off over the backstop on the first pitch from Braden McDonald. McDonald so far has given up 9 runs, 9 hits to a very good hitting Durango Post 76 team. Here's the 0-1 to Johannes, misses outside and up high. This Post 76 team plays in the AAA division of American Legion Baseball. The Outlaws play in the Single A division. Here's the 1-1, and Johannes rips one into left field, coming up, and it dropped in just in front of Wyatt Waite. Good piece of hitting by Johannes for the single. His second single of the ball game. He's on first with a leadoff single base hit. That will bring us back to the top of the lineup. And Artie Gallegos, who's 1 for 2 so far in this one, swings on the first pitch, pops it high in the infield. Hunter DeRue will come over and make the catch from second base. And we have one down. And Artie Gallegos has popped out his last 2 at-bats. He popped out to short in the third, now pops out to second here in the fifth. Brings Richard Mascarenas to the plate. Mascarenas comes into the game, hitting .309 so far in this one. He's 0 for 3. He did reach in the first on a fielder's choice and scored, but a fly out to center and a ground out to third. And now he grounds one down the third base line, just foul. That was close, and it kind of hooked foul as it crossed the third base, the bag. If you're watching online at k-9radio.com, you can really see we're looking right down that third base line. We have a great vantage point here. So no balls, 1 strike, a runner on first with 1 out in the top of the fifth inning. Outlaws down 9-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. McDonald, the move to first, but Ioannis back in safe. Third baseman Richard Mascarenas, number 9, at the plate. He hits right and awaits. Here's the 0-1 on that outside corner, strike 2. McDonald up, no balls, 2 strikes on Mascarenas. On deck is Scott Martinez, who's 3 for 3 so far in this one, a couple of doubles. Here's the throw over to first, the throw off target. Mitchell has to come off the bag toward the first base dugout to get there, but he does. No balls, 2 strikes to Mascarenas, and that one comes in high for ball 1. Don't miss game 2 coming up later on tonight as the Outlaws host Durango Post 76. We're in the 5th inning of game 1, and here's the 1-2 pitch way up high. Gets through Kishpaw's mitt and to the ground. By the time he can scoop it up, Ioannis is over to second base. It's ball 2 to Mascarenas. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, an even count now with 1 down in the top of the 5th inning. A runner on second. McDonald looks in. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A high fly ball into right field. And Lloyd was playing way over towards center. This one drops and just dies in the grass. That's going to score Johannes. Lloyd throws it in, and it's an RBI double for Mascarenas. So Johannes scores from second, and it's now 10-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. 10th hit of the ball game right there for Durango. Post 76 brings Scott Martinez again to the plate, and as I mentioned, he's 3 for 3 so far in this one with 3 RBIs, 2 doubles and a single, and he comes into the game hitting above 400. Takes strike 1 on a good-looking pitch from McDonald. That one just was looking high and then drops in there. Belt level for strike 1 on Martinez. Martinez hits right. He's got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. McDonald winds up. Martinez flies one high down the right base line, the right field line, and foul out of play to the Outlaws bullpen. So now McDonald has Martinez down 0-2 in the count with 1 down in the top of the fifth. The runner on second is Richard Mascarenas, who just had an RBI double moments ago. Martinez awaits. And here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Nope, fouled it. Just got a piece of it. Fouled it back. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. And now Kishpa will go out to have a quick word with his catcher. With his pitcher, thank you. Braden McDonald. 10-1 is your score on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Outlaws trail in the top of the 5th inning. Number 3 hitter Scott Martinez, the center fielder, is at the plate. Martinez, as I've mentioned, he's scored twice. He's got 3 RBIs and 2 doubles and a single so far in this one to go along with a couple of steals. McDonald winds up. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3, catches the outside corner. And that's a big one right there for McDonald. That's his second strikeout of the ball game. And that'll bring Jake Skipper to the plate. Now, Jake Skipper comes in hitting almost .450 so far this season. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. He's scored twice, has 2 RBIs, and a single and a double, and has walked once. He hits right as well, and he'll take ball 1 just outside. The Outlaws gave him an intentional walk in the top of the 3rd inning. And with the runner on second and 2 outs, they're going to pitch to him here. Misses outside, though. McDonald does. 2 balls, no strikes for Skipper. On deck is Brandon Robinson, designated hitter. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and I think they're just intentionally walking him again. They're not giving him anything to hit. Maybe see if he'll chase something, but they're pitching him way outside. McDonald winds up, and again, outside and down low, and Skipper takes his base. McDonald has now walked 6 in the ball game. Runners on first and second. Austin Johannes is on second. He led off with a single. Brings us to Brandon Robinson. Robinson steps back in. Is this still Robinson? Designated hitter number 19. Awaits and just lets one go by on the outside corner for strike 1. Robinson hit by a pitch in the first and scored. Same story in the second, and then flew out to center field in the 3rd. McDonald throws him one. That one missed. I'm not sure. It must have been inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Robinson. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Outlaws trail 10-1. And now McDonald gets him to chase one off-speed pitch outside, and Robinson swings and misses. He was way out in front. And McDonald is up in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runners on first and second, top of the 5th. McDonald winds up. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball down the third base side. Herford, easy play. Scoops up the ground ball, steps on the bag, and that'll end the top of the 5th inning. So with 1 run, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base, and no errors in that top of the 5th inning, the Outlaws now trail 10-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Bottom of the 5th coming up will be at the top of the lineup for the Outlaws. McDonald, Nowicki, and Leland will be hitters 1, 2, and 3 for Evanston when we come back right after this in the bottom of the 5th inning on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. You're listening to a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, KNYN, and live video online at k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at k-9radio.com. Uinta Physical Therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money, live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Ten to 1 is your score on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. The Outlaws against Durango, post 76. There's a Las Vegas team that plays a lot of games. They play year-round. They've got the American Legion. They play at the AAA division, the 3A division. And by contrast, the Outlaws play at the single A division. And this post 76 team gets in anywhere from 70 to 75 games during the regular season, and then the district and state tournaments. And so this is a team that gets a lot of time on the diamond, and they've shown that with a 10-1 lead on the Evanston Outlaws. Now the Outlaws will have Braden McDonald leading off against Colton Malich, still on the mound for post 76, and McDonald takes ball one up high and away. So far in this one, McDonald 1 for 2, a single in the third and a strikeout in the first. Here's the 0-1, or the 1-0 pitch. McDonald flies it high down the first base line, and Jake Skipper on the warning track out there down the first base line, right next to the fence, makes the catch, 1 down. Brings Robbie Nowicki to the plate. Robbie reached on an error in the first and scored in the first. That's the only run of the ball game for Evanston. He scored on an RBI single by Austin Herford. In the third inning, he popped out to first base. Malich winds up. Nowicki dribbler down the first base line. This will be an easy play for Skipper. He'll scoop it up, run over, step on the first base, onto first base, and make the play himself. And the Outlaws with 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing 10-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, and Tucker Leland coming to the plate. Leland struck out in the third and popped out to the catcher in the first. Just kind of popped it straight up in the air. Malich winds up, and Leland, a dribbler down the first base line. Another pretty simple play for Jake Skipper there at first base, and the Outlaws go down 1-2-3. Putting the ball in play, but Jake Skipper, defensively solid. He makes all 3 of those defensive plays. He catches the pop-up by Braden McDonald, and then the grounder by Robbie Nowicki and the grounder by Tucker Leland. He scoops up the ground balls and steps on first both times, and the Outlaws go down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. It's 10-1 as we head for the top of the 6th inning. Outlaws trail on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, and we'll be back with the top of the 6th right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, KNYN, with video live online at k-9radio.com.
I'm a 75-year-old woman who had a low back surgery. After surgery, I had a lot of pain in my left leg. My doctor ordered physical therapy, and I chose Mark Brinkerhoff. He gave me exercises that I could tolerate, and now I have no pain, and I can walk as I always did. Mark seems to be very knowledgeable and experienced. I am very happy with my results.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic, traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Outlaws trailing 10-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, and we'll have a pitching change here in the top of the 6th inning. Hunter DeRue comes over from second base, and Braden McDonald goes over to second base. So those 2 swap places. I think everything else looks like the same. We still have Kishpaw behind the plate, Griffin Mitchell at first, Austin Herford at third, Tucker Leland at short, and I believe Wyatt Waite still in left field, Robbie Nowicki in center, and Seth Lloyd out there in right field for the Outlaws, who are going to try and hold the post 76, the Durango post 76 to nothing here in the top of the 6th. We'll have game 2 to follow this first game. Make sure to stay tuned here to 99.1 FM, KNYN, the Big Dog in Country. DeRue, first pitch for Colin Morocco, swing and a miss. Morocco chasing that one a bit outside, and then it just dropped out underneath him. He missed it by 8 or 12 inches on that swing. Good-looking pitch by Hunter DeRue. DeRue winds up. Here's the pitch. Off speed, drops in there, strike 2. Morocco just frozen. Not sure what he was trying to look for there. Now, Morocco comes into the game hitting .214. So far, he's 1 for 3. He had a single in the second, but a ground out and a pop out so far in this ball game. Takes ball 1 in the dirt. It bounced out in front of the plate from Hunter DeRue. So a ball and 2 strikes. Morocco, the leadoff hitter, here in the top of the 6th inning. DeRue looking in, now winds up. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and this one way off target. And Kishpaw goes down. He's took it off the knee, I believe. The ball skipped out in front of the plate, way out in front, and took a funny hop, a funny skip, and hit Kishpaw, it looked like, in the right leg, and it bounced out toward third base. Kishpaw immediately just went down to his back, and he's still down. Now he's going to be helped up. And he's going to take that, looks like he's going to take that guard, that shin guard off. And oh no, he keeps it on. He's going to just hobble it, maybe walk it off here. Give him just a minute. As I mentioned, game 2 coming up here on after this one. The tentative start time for that second game was 7 o'clock tonight. I'm sure once this first game ends, they'll give teams 20 or 30 minutes to kind of take a break, get a bite to eat, and give coaches time to get the lineups set for game 2. Clean up the field just a little bit and get things ready for this second game. A cool overcast evening here in Evanston, Wyoming. Outlaws trail 10-1. Post 76, Durango scored 4 runs in the first, 4 more in the second. Then they've been held to 1 run in the third, no runs in the fourth, just 1 in the fifth. But those 8 runs in the first 2 innings gave them all the lead they've needed to this point. Outlaws answered with a run in the bottom of the first, but they haven't been able to get much of anything else going. They had a couple base hits scattered here and there, and then in the fourth, they had the bases loaded with 1 out, but they were unable to make any more happen and stranded all 3 runners on the bases and still trail. They got just that 1 run in the first and trailed 10-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Good to see Will Kishpaw walking around. He kind of hobbles his way down toward first base, limps his way back toward the plate, and by the time he gets back there, it looks like he's just walked it off, and hopefully he'll be all right. It looks like he's going to crouch down and get set to go again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. DeRue winds up. The pitch for Morocco misses high and away, ball 3. Full count now for leadoff hitter in the top of the 6th inning, number 17, second baseman, Colin Morocco. DeRue winds up. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Morocco, high fly ball into left center field. Nowicki coming over, and he's called off by Waite, who can't quite make the catch. And so Morocco on base. He moves over to second base on the drop. And post 76 with a leadoff hitter on base, on second, in scoring position no less, with Duke Paukoa, the shortstop, number 38, coming to the plate. Paukoa, a 2-run double in the first, grounded out in the second, flew out to center in the fourth. DeRue looking in, gets the signal. Paukoa hits right, DeRue throws right. Here's the pitch, and that drops, but not quite enough. Ball 1 up high from Hunter DeRue. DeRue looking in. Checks back at second. Big lead there for Morocco. And then the pitch is in there on the outside corner and down low in the zone. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. Top of the 6th inning. Outlaws trail 10-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. DeRue again checks the runner. Now winds up. Here's Paukoa's pitch, and this one way outside, skips right past Kishpaw. I don't think he had much of a chance to get to it. Morocco over to third on the pass ball. which is the third or the second of the inning. Just the third of the ball game, though, for the Outlaws. It was ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch from DeRue. Paukoa waits on it and lines it sharply into right center field. That's going to score 1 run. Paukoa, the RBI single. And it's 11-1, a 10-run ball game as Colin Morocco scores. Duke Paukoa, his 3rd RBI of the ball game. And he's on first with no outs. James Flood, the catcher, to the plate. Flood 0 for 2. Strikeout, a line drive to right field that was caught and hit by a pitch in the first. He takes ball 1 up high from DeRue and then steps back in. Flood hits right. Runner on first. Paukoa takes a short lead. Here's the pitch. Flood sharply hit back up the middle. Leland knocks it down. McDonald steps on second. He was heads up play by Braden McDonald to get there, to be in position as Leland from shortstop knocked it down. McDonald picked it up barehanded, stepped on second to get the runner, and then tried to throw to first, but the throw was a bit short. So they get that lead runner, James Flood, on base with the fielder's choice on first. And that brings Austin Johannes, number 9 hitter, to the plate. He's 2 for 3, a couple of singles, and he's scored twice. Scored in the 3rd, scored in the 5th. First pitch there from Hunter DeRue, looked high, and Johannes wanted to swing, but then he decided to lay off, and it's called strike 1. Again, my angle from up here where I'm sitting makes pitches look maybe higher than they really are. Here's the 0-1, and this one is up high. Johannes swings and misses way up there, but we also had a balk, and so 1 strike. They're going to call off that last pitch. Because of the balk, that pitch does not count, so Johannes catches a break there, and James Flood moves over to second. So Hunter DeRue with a runner on second, 1 down, top of the 6th inning. And here's the 0-1. Again, Johannes chases one up high. This time he gets a good piece of it, hits it deep into center field. Nowicki goes back and makes the catch. He took initially, I think he took a step in the wrong direction and then headed back out to deep center field, made the catch, showed his speed, and we have 2 outs. James Flood back in at second base. With 2 down, we're back to the top of the lineup, and Artie Gallegos. Gallegos 1 for 3, a double in the second. He also scored in that 2nd inning. And he'll take ball 1 down in the dirt. That skips right in front of the plate from Hunter DeRue. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. Outlaws trail 11-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. James Flood, the catcher, at second. Pretty good lead. Now the pitch for Gallegos back behind him. Ball 2. And DeRue will step back up onto the rubber. Now Tucker Leland will come over and have a quick word with him. Maybe talking about any kind of strategy, because Flood has really taken a big lead there at second base with 2 outs here. DeRue glances back there. This time Flood not off the bag nearly as far. Wind up the pitch. The 2-0 is way off target. Skips past Kishpaw to the backstop. Flood moves over to third on the pass ball. And that's ball 3 against Artie Gallegos. Again, Gallegos walked in the first, doubled and scored in the second, popped out to short in the third, popped out to second in the 5th. DeRue steps back onto the rubber with a runner on third and 2 outs and a 3-0 count for Gallegos. Gallegos takes the strike up high in the strike zone. And the count now 3 balls, 1 strike. Hereford playing even at the bag there at third. The rest of the infield playing a bit deep. Here's the 3-1. That's a pass ball. Kishpaw hustles back. Flood will stay at third. And the walk for Artie Gallegos, his 2nd of the ball game. For Hunter DeRue, that's the first walk, I believe, that he's allowed. since he started pitching here in the top of the 6th inning. That'll bring Richard Mascarenas to the plate. Mascarenas, well, just 1 for 4 in this one, but an RBI double in the 5th, one inning ago. He'll take ball 1 up high. Runners on the corners here with 2 outs. The Outlaws trying to get out of this top of the 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th, they'll have to score at least a run to keep the game going. I imagine they'll go with that 10-run rule since we're past the 5th. DeRue looking in, winds up the pitch way down in the dirt, and that gets past Kishpaw. That's going to score Flood on the pass ball, and that'll move Artie Gallegos over to second. That's the 3rd pass ball of this top of the 6th inning. And these 2 runs in the 6th inning, unearned for post 76. See if the Outlaws can get out of this one. Runner on second now is Artie Gallegos. And again, Richard Mascarenas, the 3rd baseman at the plate, takes ball 3. Thank you, ball 3 off the outside edge of the plate. Mascarenas hits right. And he steps back in there and awaits. The 3-0 pitch. DeRue looks back at second, now delivers a swing and a miss. Boy, you see that once or twice a season, somebody swinging away on a 3-0 pitch. Mascarenas saw a pitch he liked, he just couldn't get a piece of it. 3 balls, 1 strike, and DeRue will step back up onto the rubber. Looks back to second. Gallegos the short lead, and here's the 3-1. Inside, and that hits Mascarenas in the back. So runners on first and second now for post 76, and 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning with the big hitters coming up. Scott Martinez and Jake Skipper, hitters 3 and 4. Now looks like we'll have a pitching change for the Outlaws. Hunter DeRue, I believe we're just going to send him out to right field and bring Seth Lloyd in from right field to pitch. DeRue had some success and did do some good things, but having a hard time finding the strike zone against those last 2 hitters. He walked Artie Gallegos and had a 3-1 count against Richard Mascarenas when he hit him with a pitch. So Seth Lloyd comes in from right field. He's going to warm up. We're going to take a quick break while Lloyd warms up, and we'll be back right after this with more of the top of the 6th inning. 2 outs, runners on first and second when we come back on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM KNYN, with video live online at k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage. Chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. The Casey Kukert Allstate Agency for all of your insurance needs, auto, home, boat, and recreational vehicles. See Casey Kukert, your Allstate agent. By Dirty Harry's Pet Wash. Clean house, clean car, clean clothes, why not a clean pet? Bath time can be magical. Make a splash today. Veterans are free at Dirty Harry's Pet Wash in the Monkey Shines Mall. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Well, Seth Lloyd is all warmed up. His first pitch for Scott Martinez up high in the strike zone, strike 1. The second pitch outside misses, ball 1. Scott Martinez in this one, 3 for 4. He's got 3 RBIs, 2 doubles and a single, 2 stolen bases. He scored twice. Struck out his last at bat and now flies one high and deep into center field. Nowicki going back and makes the catch. And that ends the top of the 6th inning, ends the threat. 2 runners on base. They're going to be stranded left on base. So Scott Martinez flies out to center field. And in the top of the 6th, 2 runs, 1 hit, 3 wild pitches, an error, and 2 runners left on base. The Outlaws trail 12-1 as we head for the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll have Will Kishpaw, Austin Herford, and Hunter Daru coming up when we come back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, KNYN, and live video online at k-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means. But she does.
You guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage. Chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Colton Malich going to try and finish off this game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Outlaws trail 12-1, and Malich still on the mound for Durango post 76. Misses outside, ball 1 to Will Kishpaw. Kishpaw 2 for 2 in this ball game. A couple of singles, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 4th. And he steps back in. Here's the 1-0 from Malich. Swing and a miss. Big cut from Will. And couldn't quite get a piece of it. Couldn't quite get a hold of it. Lights have come on here at the ball field. The American Legion Post 41 field here next to Evanston High School. Kishpaw waits. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Again, a good cut there, but couldn't get a piece of it. Malich he's got a pretty strong fastball. It was good velocity, and he threw it right past Kishpaw there. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Bottom of the 6th. Outlaws trail 12-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Here's the pitch. Kishpaw again. A good cut. This time just gets a piece of it. It's tipped foul. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Austin Herford Robbie Nowicki. Austin Herford on deck for the Outlaws. And Hunter Daru in the hole. Malich winds up. Here's the 1-2. Misses outside down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Infield playing deep for Durango. Skipper right down the line at first. And Mascarenas way off the bag there at third, playing real deep. Kishpaw takes ball 3 down low and away, and he's worked it to a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Kishpaw in this game, 2 for 2, a couple of singles. Looking to lead off with something here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Kishpaw, hard hit line drive, straight away center field, straight at Scott Martinez, who started to head back and then just stopped, turned around, and made the catch. A very well-hit ball by Kishpaw, just right at the outfielder, right at the center fielder. And the Outlaws have 1 down. Brings Austin Herford to the plate. He's 1 for 2 in this one. An RBI single in the 1st and reached on an error in the 4th. He'll take strike 1 down low and inside. Just caught that low end of the strike zone down inside. Herford, again, a right-handed hitter, steps back in. Malich, the lefty, delivers, swing and a miss, strike 2 to Hereford. Hunter DeRue on deck for the Outlaws. Hereford awaits. Steps back into the box. And here's the 0-2. Misses down low. Ball 1. 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second for Durango post 76. And the Outlaws, just that single run in the bottom of the first is all they've been able to come up with. Trail 12-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Hereford takes ball 2 up high and away. And now he's evened the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Outlaws going to try and rally here and keep this game going. Hereford, the 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Reached out on that one, kind of got fooled by it. And Malich picks up his 6th strikeout of the game. That brings Hunter DeRue to the plate with 2 outs and the Outlaws needing a couple of runs to push this one to the 7th inning. DeRue grounded out to short in the first and then bunted in the 4th. Swings on this one, pops it high down the first base line, but it's going to go out of play. As I was saying, DeRue bunted in the 4th. The Outlaws had runners on first and second. DeRue's bunt moved him over to second and third. A nice bunt there in the 4th, but we'll see if he can get a base hit here. Here's the 0-1 up high. Ball 1. Malich so far has given up just 1 run, 4 hits for the Outlaws in this game. 5 runners left on base. DeRue, high fly ball down the first base line and foul, but just out of reach of that right fielder, Austin Johannes. So the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes for Hunter DeRue with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. And again, the Outlaws trailing 12-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Game 2 is coming up about 20 or 30 minutes after this one goes final. Here's the 1-2 for Malich. Just misses outside down low off the corner. And the count is even at 2-2. On deck, Griffin Mitchell, if DeRue can get on base. With 2 outs, here's the 2-2 pitch, and DeRue, great patience. I mean, he fouled that one back. He started to swing and then held the bat back, almost like he was just holding it out there to bunt, but without sliding his hand up the barrel of the bat. Got a piece of it and fouled it right back down to the dirt. Stay alive in this at bat. So the 2-2 pitch, and he fouls this one back. Straight back to the backstop. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes for Hunter DeRue with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. 12-1 is your score on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. The Outlaws trail Durango post 76, a AAA American Legion ball team out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Here's the 2-2 for DeRue. Misses high. Ball 3. Full count now for Hunter DeRue. Malich, the pitcher for Durango, has looked good today. He's walked just 1, 6 strikeouts. Here's the 3-2. Ground ball down the third base line. Mascarena scoops it up. Long throw to first is there on target. And that ends the 6th inning. Hunter DeRue grounds out to third. And that should be the ball game. Outlaws came into this one 13-10 overall. More importantly, they're 3-1 in the Southwest Conference. But that'll end that one right there. That'll end the game. Outlaws going to drop to 13-11 overall with a 12-1 loss to Durango post 76. Now, I'm not sure. The teams have not come out to shake hands just yet, and one of the Durango coaches is coming over to talk with the Outlaw coaches and check if – I'm not sure what they're checking on here. We'll take a break, and we'll either be back with the top of the 7th inning or we'll be back with the post-game show. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, KNYN, with live video online at k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage. Chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
And now, Kay Rossiter talks about her physical therapy experience working with Mark Brinkerhoff at Uinta Physical Therapy.
I had both of my knees replaced at the same time a little bit over a year ago, and Mark was my therapist, and he put me through some really strange things, but it must have worked because I was back at work in less than 3 weeks, and when I went for my 6-month checkup to my surgeon, I was at a point where I should have been at a year. I would recommend Mark Brinkerhoff and Uinta Physical Therapy to anyone.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic. Traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. The Casey Kukert Allstate Agency for all of your insurance needs, auto, home, boat, and recreational vehicles. See Casey Kukert, your Allstate agent. By Dirty Harry's Pet Wash. Clean house, clean car, clean clothes, why not a clean pet? Bath time can be magical. Make a splash today. Veterans are free at Dirty Harry's Pet Wash in the Monkey Shines Mall. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Welcome back here to the post-game show on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM. KNYN with live video online at k-9radio.com. Right now, if you're watching online at k-9radio.com, you see the Hot Shot Cam brought to you by Perry Brothers Trucking and Ellingford Brothers Incorporated. Evanston Outlaws dropped the first game 12-1, the final score in 6 innings. And I tell you, from the third inning on, it was pretty even baseball. The Durango Post 76 outscored Evanston just 4-0 from the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth innings. But that first and second inning, 8-1 was the differential there. Post 76 scored 4 runs in the first, 4 more in the second, and made it 8-1. The Outlaws answered in the bottom of the first, but it was 8-1 after 2 innings, and that was all that the Durango Post 76 needed in this game 1 of this doubleheader. So a very solid team. Again, if you're just joining us, the Evanston Outlaws taking on Durango Post 76, a AAA American Legion ball club out of Las Vegas, Nevada. So AAA, the Outlaws play in the single A American Legion division. So this is a very good Vegas team, the Durango Post 76, and they win 12-1. Winning pitcher Colton Malich, 6 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, gave up 4 hits, just 1 run to the Outlaws, and walked just 1 Outlaw in the ballgame. Now, Evanston did get some production from the hitters. Braden McDonald finished 1 for 3. Robbie Nowicki was 0 for 3, but he reached in the first and scored the only run of the ball game for Evanston. Tucker Leland 0 for 3 in the ball game. Will Kishpaw 2 for 3, had a couple of singles. Austin Herford 1 for 3, had that RBI single in the first that scored Nowicki. Hunter Daru 0 for 2 in the ball game. Griffin Mitchell 0 for 1. He walked in the fourth but struck out in the second. Wyatt Waite 0 for 2. And Seth Lloyd 0 for 2 in this first one as well. Again, a final score 12-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard here at here in Evanston. Outlaws Game 2 will be coming up. Make sure to stay tuned. We'll have that for you right here on KNYN, the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, and you can watch live online at k-9radio.com. Stay tuned for Game 2 coming up right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, KNYN, and again, watch live online at k-9radio.com. I expect Game 2 will start in about 20 minutes from now. Make sure to stay tuned for that right here on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, and online at k-9radio.com.
You've been listening to a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country, 99.1 FM, with video online at k-9radio.com. Today's game has been brought to you by these Outlaws supporting businesses and individuals. Big O Tires, the team you trust, by Castle Rock Chevrolet, Hoover Chiropractic, T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, Old West Stories and Productions, Dirty Harry's Pet Wash, Old West Design, Telegram to Good Health, Allstate Casey Cookert Agency, Walmart of Evanston, Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston, Rocky Mountain Massage, Aspen Grove Nursery, Davis Chiropractic, and your scoreboard sponsor for today's broadcast was Uwinna Physical Therapy. Thank you for listening to a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country, 99.1 FM, with video online at k-9radio.com. Big O Tires of Evanston presents Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN The Big Dog in Country 99.1 FM with video online at k-9radio.com. Today's game is brought to you by these Outlaw supporting businesses and individuals. Big O Tires, the team you trust. By Castle Rock Chevrolet, Hoover Chiropractic, T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, Old West Stories and Productions, Dirty Harry's Pet Wash, Old West Design, Allstate, Casey Coukert Agency, Walmart of Evanston, Telegram to Good Health, Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston, Rocky Mountain Massage, Aspen Grove Nursery, Davis Chiropractic, and your scoreboard sponsor for today's broadcast is Uinta Physical Therapy. And now it's time for a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN The Big Dog in Country 99.1 FM with video online at k-9radio.com.
Well, we're underway here in Game 2 of this doubleheader with the Evanston Outlaws and Durango Post 76. Artie Gallegos leading off. We just got the lineup card for the Post 76 Durango team, and he's leading off to start this second game. Grounds one down the first base line, just fair. He's going to round first and head for second, and in there with a stand-up double. Pitching for the Outlaws in Game 2 is Austin Herford. And Artie Gallegos leads off with a double for Durango Post 76. Now, in that first game, Durango won 12-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, and they scored 8 of their 12 runs in the first 2 innings. We'll see if the Outlaws can avoid letting that happen in this second game. At the plate now is Mascarenas, again, Richard Mascarenas, and third baseman number 9. His first one hits down the third base line and must have caught his foot as it went down that way. He went to the ground, and now he's limping a little bit. Again, just underway here in Game 2. No outs, a runner on second after Artie Gallegos doubled to lead off this first inning. And now Mascarenas, a line driver, a ground ball sharply hit down the third base line. That's going to score Gallegos. He's got the green light to wheel home. And Mascarenas with the RBI double. And Post 76 starting off hitting the ball very well in this game, too. 2 hits and a run scored on Austin Herford. Herford looking in and facing Martinez, who in this one will be the designated hitter, number 10. Martinez played center field in the first game. And Martinez hits right. If you're watching online at k-9radio.com, you see him stepping in, and that's right side of the plate. Herford winds up. Here's the 0-1. Or the 1-0 rather, and it's ball 2 up high ball. So 2 balls and no strikes. In that first game, Martinez went 3 for 5, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, had a couple of doubles and a single. Swings on this one, and boy, he really turned on it, hit it well but foul down the third base line. So he's now got a 2-ball, 1-strike count. And Scott Martinez steps back in. Austin Herford looks in. The pitch. Martinez line drive into left field. 1 hop out in front of Wyatt Waite, and he'll throw it in. And now runners on the corners as Mascarenas moves over on the base hit. That'll bring us to the cleanup hitter, number 18. And that is a different player. That's Braden Williams, number 18 here, coming up. Again, I just got the lineup card, so I'm trying to figure this out as we go with that lineup card. Martinez heads for second base, steals second with no play. Kishpa didn't even throw down there, didn't want to allow Richard Mascarenas any opportunity to advance from third. So runners on second and third. Herford looks in with no outs, and here's the pitch. Misses a bit high for Williams. Again, this is number 18, Braden Williams at the plate. Number 4 hitter. We've seen all 3 hitters hit so far. Now Williams lines one down the right field line. Hunter Giroux out there scoops it up. And they're going to throw it in, but the runner will score. Both runners score, actually, from second and from third and second. And Post 76 leads 3-0. 4 early base hits and 3 quick runs. A little bit of rainfall coming down here. We got those dark clouds. You can hear the thunder a little bit. Not quite enough to stall this game at all at this point. Braden Williams, the 2-run single there just moments ago, and that brings Robinson to the plate. Robinson was a designated hitter in that first game. As Brandon Robinson. In this one, he'll be catching. Now, Will Kishpaw goes out to have a quick word with Austin Hereford. And now he's back behind the plate. Runner on first with no outs, 3-0 lead on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Robinson squares around, bunts. Hereford comes up, makes the play, throw to first, 1 down to Griffin Mitchell there at first base. That advances the runner, so Braden Williams over to second, and the runner on second with 1 out in the top of the first inning, a 3-0 lead for Durango Post 76. And that will bring Morocco to the plate. I believe he batted 6th in the last game as well. He steps in and waits and takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Colin Morocco, second base. He'll be at second again in this second game. Hereford winds up. The pitch misses outside. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Colin Morocco. Runner on second with 1 out here. That runner on second is Braden Williams, cleanup hitter. And now Morocco checks his swing, but it just gets tips off the barrel and back to the backstop. So now the count, a ball and 2 strikes for the second baseman, Colin Morocco. Hereford looks back at second, now winds up. Here's the 1-2 pitch down low in the dirt. Kishpaw goes out and digs it up, and an even count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Post 76, Durango has jumped all over it in the first inning with 3 early runs, and now a line drive deep into left field. A diving effort by Waite, but he can't quite get to it. But Morocco, the base hit, that's going to score Williams, and Morocco in with a double. So Williams scores from second. 5th base hit of this first inning. And Post 76 leads 4-0 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Outlaws struggling a little bit early on in this top of the first inning with 1 out and a runner on second. And to the plate now is Duke Paukoa. So a few more raindrops come in and start to make their way actually in through the windows here. I felt a couple of drops. Feeling a few more, aren't you? Hereford misses ball 1 to Paukoa. Now the second pitch, a sharply hit ground ball. Leland throws to first. They get the out. Now the throw back to third, not in time. So Morocco advances to third after the throw to first. They get Paukoa, and we have 2 down. And that'll bring number 28 to the plate. That's Evan Pyatt. And we did not see him in that first game. First pitch for Pyatt, who's a left-handed hitter, is ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs here and a runner on third. Austin Herford looking in, now winds up. Here's the 1-0. Pyatt, line drive into right field. That's going to score another run, and it gets past DeRue. He went down to a knee and knocked it down. He slowed it up a bit. Now the throw into second, Pyatt's safe. We'll give him a single, and then he advances to second as DeRue misplayed it out there in right field. That'll bring us to the 9th hitter, number 26, Kato Tsukayasi, who we also did not see in the first game. That's Sukayasu, rather. Kato Sukayasu, and he hits right. He hits left, rather. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike with 2 outs here. It's 5-0 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard here in the bottom of the top of the first inning. Post 76 seeing the ball well. The batters are getting a lot of hits here. Sukayasu, though, misses, and strike 2 on that 0-1 pitch. Big cut, but misses. Now he'll choke up a little bit. Again, he hits left. Herford on the mound for the Outlaws. He throws right. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled, and a dead ball. It goes off Sukayasu's foot. 5 hits in this top of the first inning for post 76 with 2 outs now. It's 5-0. 6 hits, rather, as it's 5-0 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. It was a similar story in the first game. Post 76 scored 4 runs in the top of the first, 4 more in the top of the second, and that was more than enough in a 12-1 win. Sukayasu takes ball 1 inside, way in there, and a ball and 2 strikes now is the count. Runner on second with 2 outs in the top of the first. The Outlaws trail 5-0 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. Herford leans in, now steps up. Here's the delivery and the pitch. Sukayasu ground ball down the first base line and foul. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. He'll step back in. And Herford glances back at the runner. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Nope, he did get a piece of it. And stays alive. So a ball and 2 strikes remains the count. We did get a few sprinkles. It kind of seems to have let up just a little bit. We'll see if it can be delayed a little bit, but there are some rain clouds all around. Sukayasu pops one up high down the third base line. Leland from third base trying to get back there. Dives, can't quite get to it. It falls to the ground in foul territory. And Sukayasu will come back. Boy, I'll tell you, who was it? Evan Pyatt there at second base. He really got on his horse. He was crossing home plate as that ball dropped to the ground. He was going to get across home plate either way. Great hustle to see from him. 1 ball, 2 strikes still for Sukayasu. He'll step back in. Herford winds up. Here's the pitch. Ground ball down the first base side, and that's going to get through. Seth Lloyd was playing real deep at second to try and avoid letting anything get through, but Sukayasu hit it well. It's an RBI single as Evan Pyatt will score from second, making it 6-0 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. 7 base hits in the top of this first inning. Brings us back to the top of the lineup, and Artie Gallegos. Gallegos takes ball 1. That one must have been just a bit high and inside from Herford. Gallegos a double and scored a run in the top of this inning earlier on. Herford glances at the runner. Now the pitch, a base hit into center field. Just over the infield and dropped in front of the outfield. That moves Sukayasu over to second base. And Gallegos safe on first with a single. 2 outs with now Richard Mascarenas coming to the plate. An RBI double in the first, or earlier on in this first inning. Top of the first. And the Outlaws trailing 6-0. And now Mascarenas takes one in the back, hit by the pitch. So that'll load the bases with 2 outs. Kato Sukayasi on third, Gallegos on second, and Mascarenas on first. And now a timeout on the field. Coach Judd Kishbaugh going to come out and have a word with his team. The infield will gather around their pitcher, Austin Hereford, who just can't, he's getting some good pitches in there, but this post-76 team, they're just seeing it well and hitting everything that's across the plate. And you know that the Outlaws are playing with a little bit of a younger lineup. They had a lot of players, including Ian Fisher, Alex Richens, Hunter Hicks, Bo Lloyd, Brandon Wicks. I know Miles Piper and maybe a couple others were off at a basketball camp this week. And not sure if they're back just yet, but they're not in the game right now. Hereford stays on the mound for the Outlaws. Swing and a miss. Strike one for Scott Martinez, who singled and scored earlier in this first inning. Martinez steps back in. And again in game one, Martinez 3 for 5, 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs. And he takes one in the back. That'll score a run on the hit by pitch. So Sukayasi walks in from third. Artie Gallegos over to third. Richard Mascarenas over to second, and on first base now after being hit by the pitch is Scott Martinez. That'll bring Braden Williams to the plate. A 2-run single earlier this inning. The cleanup hitter, number 18, Braden Williams, will be... Where's he going to be in this game? He hits one toward the right side of the infield. Griffin Mitchell knocks it down, but he can't make the play, and that'll score one more run. That scores Gallegos from third. The other runners advance. And now the rain's starting to come down a bit heavier. I wonder if we should get something over that camera, Tim. Are you getting any rain on the camera? That'll bring Brandon Robinson to the plate. Brandon Robinson tried to bunt earlier in this one, and now we're going to call time. With the rain coming down, teams are going to head for the dugouts. And we'll just delay this one. We'll see how long it goes, what they decide to do. It's 8-0 in the top of the first inning, and the rain really coming down. If you you can see that if you're watching online at k-9radio.com. The rain passing by those lights. I think they called that just in time. We'll have a delay, I'm sure, and see if it passes by, how quickly it goes by, and then maybe get this thing going again. But 8-0 in the top of the first with 2 outs, and we'll take a break. We'll be back with more on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, KNYN, with live video online at k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage. Chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. The Casey Kukert Allstate Agency for all of your insurance needs, auto, home, boat, and recreational vehicles. See Casey Kukert, your Allstate agent. By Dirty Harry's Pet Wash. Clean house, clean car, clean clothes, why not a clean pet? Bath time can be magical. Make a splash today. Veterans are free at Dirty Harry's Pet Wash in the Monkey Shines Mall. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic, traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
I'm a 75-year-old woman who had a low back surgery. After surgery, I had a lot of pain in my left leg. My doctor ordered physical therapy, and I chose Mark Brinkerhoff. He gave me exercises that I could tolerate, and now I have no pain, and I can walk as I always did. Mark seems to be very knowledgeable and experienced. I am very happy with my results.
If you're here in Evanston listening on K9 99.1 FM, you're well aware of what's going on outside right now. And frankly, with an 8-0 score and the way it's coming down the field, I mean, as much rain as we've just gotten in the last couple of minutes, I don't know if the field's going to be in any condition to continue this game. Now, keep it tuned here. We'll see what the umpires decide. They're obviously in a much better position than I am to make that call, and we'll see what they make what they call the coaches and umpires will obviously. If you're watching online at k-9radio.com, you can see the puddles all around home plate. Boy, this is a little bit of a cloud burst. Some lightning flashing from down the southwest area, southwest direction, and the Outlaws, Tucker Leland, is pretty excited about this rainfall. See him out there in the rain. He ran out and slid into second base just to get himself a little bit muddy. And he, right. Pretty good rainstorm coming down right now. And if you're looking over there, if you're watching online at k-9radio.com, you see the Durango post 76. They're all hiding up as far back as they can get in that third base dugout, because with the wind kind of coming in from that southwest, southern direction, it's blowing right into their dugout, and that's the only dry spot where they're standing right there. We're looking at, we've got a phone here looking at the weather and what's coming in. We've got a pretty good, on the radar, pretty good bunch of green right above us, and a pretty good bunch of more green coming in this direction from the Salt Lake area. So even if this lets up enough to get going again, we're not going to have more than, I guess maybe we could get through the game, but it's not going to last long, the weather. I think we're going to get some more weather tonight. But again, as I mentioned, hey, Tim, move the camera right over here. Show out there between first and second base. Just the puddles out on the infield. Oh, okay. So just the rain, the rainfall we've gotten here just in the last couple of minutes, about 3 or 4 minutes. They told the players to head into the dugouts and postpone this game for just a few minutes, delayed it for a few minutes. So stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. We'll keep it here until we hear any further word. It's kind of letting up here a little bit, and we'll try to keep it here until we get a definitive word on whether they'll keep going or just call it for the night. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, KNYN, with video live online at k-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means. but he does.
You guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at k-9radio.com. Uinta Physical Therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money, live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. Old West Stories and Productions. For all of your website and graphic design needs, call the marketing experts at this radio station, 789-8116. And by Old West Design, helping sports teams and businesses dress for success. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Welcome back. This one has just been called on account of rain. Got a little bit of rainfall here this evening. Top of the first inning and post 76, they were raining on the runs. How would I say that? I'm trying to come up with a pun. They were leading 8-0 when the rainfall sent the teams to running for the dugouts. And you can, if you're watching online at k-9radio.com, you can see the puddles there in the infield, right there in front of home plate. You got a couple inches maybe. Really big rainfall here, and they've called the game. So stay tuned. We'll have a post-game wrap-up. I imagine Judd Kishpaw, the coach, is going to come up and talk with us here in just a moment. So stay tuned. We'll be back with that right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on the Big Dog, k-9radio.com, and you can listen on your radio dial at 99.1 FM.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Castle Rock Chevrolet, your hometown dealer. Hoover Chiropractic. Don't just mask the symptoms, cure your allergies with Dr. Hoover. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. Old West Stories and Productions. For all of your website and graphic design needs, call the marketing experts at this radio station, 789-8116. And by Old West Design, helping sports teams and businesses dress for success. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at k-9radio.com. Uinta Physical Therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money, live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
I'm a 75-year-old woman who had a low back surgery. After surgery, I had a lot of pain in my left leg. My doctor ordered physical therapy, and I chose Mark Brinkerhoff. He gave me exercises that I could tolerate, and now I have no pain, and I can walk as I always did. Mark seems to be very knowledgeable and experienced. I am very happy with my results.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. The Casey Kukert Allstate Agency. For all of your insurance needs, auto, home, boat, and recreational vehicles, see Casey Kukert, your Allstate agent. By Dirty Harry's Pet Wash. Clean house, clean car, clean clothes, why not a clean pet? Bath time can be magical. Make a splash today. Veterans are free at Dirty Harry's Pet Wash in the Monkey Shines Mall. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means. But he does.
You guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Welcome back to the postgame show here on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM and at k-9radio.com. Joining us now is Coach Judd Kishpaw. And Coach, this the second one called for rain, but I mean post 76 was they were raining on the hits in that second game.
Yeah, they went through the lineup right away, and I think we got into the third batter, I think, before they called it on rain. And, the second game wasn't as good as the first. First, we were doing all right. We just let a couple go by, and then we had a couple good innings.
Talk a little bit more about that first game and how you thought the team played. I mean, those first two innings, Durango got the 4 runs in the first, 4 in the second. But if you take those 2 away, it was a pretty even game.
Yeah, and, that inning, we got some kids on base and drove in a run, and it looked like we were going to be able to hang with them, and then we got a few got away from us. We let their 3 and 4 hole really hit us, and so we decided to pitch them out and load the bases, which that helped us. But I mean, really, for what we had, we still got kids on a bus coming back from Colorado from a basketball camp, and there's six of our pitchers are coming back. So, I mean, we could have done better.
But there were some positives to find from what we saw tonight.
Yeah, we had some. We actually had pretty good pitching from Braden right off the get-go. Mm-hmm. He was in good control. He got a little frustrated, and when he gets frustrated, he kind of tanks it a little bit. His first up to bat, he shouldn't even have been there.
Yeah.
But we had some good hits. That first series through the lineup, we did better, I think, with the sticks than later. But we have a couple kids that haven't been hitting, and they hit the ball. So just go figure.
Right. And this is a team, I mean, they play at the 3A in American Legion, the AAA. Yep. And it's, I mean, they play 70, 75 games and then play district and state tournaments. So they're playing 80, 90 games a year.
Right. Yeah, and I think we're at 20, this is 24, 25 tonight.
Right.
So, and that's not an excuse.
It's the fact that they play a lot of baseball. They play their high school season.
Sure.
They play a lot of ball.
They play year-round. None of these kids, I talked to the coach, they're all baseball players. Yeah. That's all they do. They just play baseball. 300 days a year, that's what they're playing.
Yeah. So where would you rank this team if you were ranking this team against the other teams that you're familiar with in Wyoming?
I think if we were fully loaded, we would stay toe-to-toe with them. Mm-hmm. I know Post 6 has beaten the pants off of this team, and that's the upper end of our AA division. And they're going to go play Jackson, I think, here in a week or two. But I think any of the better teams, I think Torrington could stay with these guys. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I think we can.
Yeah.
They're up there. They're one of the better teams we've seen.
Yeah.
They are young, though. The coach told me that he had a couple of 14-year-olds sitting in the middle infield. And you could tell they're pretty young.
Yeah. So the next couple games are really going to be important for you up at Riverton on Saturday.
Yes, we're going into that. We're going to start off. We want to get a win first. We're going to throw Ian that first game, and then we'll see how Braden and Berta do here. But depending on if we get housekeeper back, we might end up going with Alex Richens. So first game will be Ian's, and then we'll go from there. But if we go away and we can get the first win, that usually gets them down and out, and then we can, ease into that second game. Hopefully we get a sweep up there.
You beat Riverton a couple weeks ago at the night invite. I think it was 4-0.
Sure.
What do they have? What are you going to be watching out for against the Raiders?
Well, they have one good pitcher. They got a good catcher. Beers' kid is a good catcher. We beat them with 5 hits, I think, is all. That's all we had in that game. It wasn't very good.
Yeah.
So I think if we can get that 8 to 10, like I always talk about trying to get, I think we'll be okay.
Okay. Anything else you want to touch on?
No, it's wet and we need the rain.
Yeah, the field's going to be nice for practice tomorrow, right?
It's been a concrete block out there.
Yeah, I bet. All right, well, I appreciate your time, Coach.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks for coming up to talk with us.
Thank you.
All right, that was Coach Judd Kishpaw here on the postgame show. Stay tuned, and we'll wrap this thing up here on the Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, 99.1 FM, KNYN, and online at k-9radio.com.
And now, Kay Rossiter talks about her physical therapy experience working with Mark Brinkerhoff at Uinta Physical Therapy.
I had both of my knees replaced at the same time a little bit over a year ago, and Mark was my therapist, and he put me through some really strange things, but it must have worked because I was back at work in less than 3 weeks, and when I went for my 6-month checkup to my surgeon, I was at a point where I should have been at a year. I would recommend Mark Brinkerhoff and Uinta Physical Therapy to anyone.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at k-9radio.com. Uinta Physical Therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money, live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog at KNYN 99.1 FM with live video online at k-9radio.com.
Welcome back to the postgame show here on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball. The Outlaws tonight lose the first game 12-1, and again, if you missed our broadcast earlier tonight, Durango Post 76 plays AAA American Legion ball there out of Las Vegas. They scored 4 runs in the first inning, 4 runs in the second, and aside from those first 2 innings, it was a 4-0 ball game. The Outlaws lost. The final score actually was 12-1. But the Outlaws again without a few of their starters that were at basketball camp this weekend, or throughout this week. That was game 1. In game 2, Durango was all over it. They were just seeing the ball well. Austin Herford up on the mound having a rough time. The Durango had 8 hits in 8 runs scored in the top of the first inning. The game was delayed for rain, and then after it just kept on coming and coming down, they decided to call the game on account of rain. 8-0 was the score before that one was canceled, is what it's going to go in the books as, is just I think a non-finish because they didn't even get through the top of the first inning. So the Outlaws, after today's scheduled doubleheader, come away with 1 loss. They're going to be at 13-11 overall this season as they head into this weekend at Riverton. And there's a couple of important games as the Outlaws get back into Southwest Conference play this weekend at Riverton against the Raiders. Now, as I talked about with Coach Judd Kishpaw, they took on Riverton earlier. June 13th was the date when they played them at that night invite. The Outlaws won 4-0. But you got to hope they don't overlook Riverton tomorrow or this Saturday. Now, we'll have both games. It's a doubleheader at Riverton. We'll have both games for you live here on KNYN, the Big Dog, 99.1 FM. And you can watch, as always, live on k-9radio.com. If you're watching live right now, you see the hot shot cam, and that rain can't be too hot. But that stole the story here in this second game tonight. So, again, our final score in Game 1, 12-1. The Outlaws lose, and then second game canceled because of the weather, because of rain. So join us this Saturday when the Outlaws play at Riverton. Pregame's at 11:45. First game opening pitch is at 12 p.m. Second game will be to follow that one. This has been the Evanston Outlaws post-game show here on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country, 99.1 FM with video online at k-9radio.com. This has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Once again, our final score on today's Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, 12-1, the loss in the first game, and the second game canceled because of rain. Join us on Saturday when the Outlaws play at Riverton. We'll be on the air with you pregame at 11:45 this Saturday morning. And now I should mention also, I forgot to tell you this, on Saturday we have that live remote up at Pugstone Sporting in Garden City. They're at the three-way stop in Garden City at Bear Lake. And that live remote will go until about 12:30. So if you want to catch the Outlaws, if you can't make it up to Riverton, you're planning on listening or watching this Saturday, you can watch live the entire broadcast. We'll start pregame at 11:45, and then we'll join the broadcast on the air at 99.1 FM following the live broadcast at Pugstone Sporting. So that'll be at about 12:15 or 12:30. We'll join the action live on 99.1 FM. So until then, go Outlaws.
You've been listening to a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country, 99.1 FM with video online at k-9radio.com. Today's game has been brought to you by these Outlaws supporting businesses and individuals. Big O Tires, the team you trust, by Castle Rock Chevrolet, Hoover Chiropractic, T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, Old West Stories and Productions, Dirty Harry's Pet Wash, Old West Design, Telegram to Good Health, Allstate Casey Cookert Agency, Walmart of Evanston, Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston, Rocky Mountain Massage, Aspen Grove Nursery, Davis Chiropractic, and your scoreboard sponsor for today's broadcast was Uinta Physical Therapy. Thank you for listening to a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country, 99.1 FM with video online at k-9radio.com.